Hey guys, doing another video, an update. I'm afraid this video is going to be a bit longer because there are a few things I would like to show to you and talk about, so sorry about that, but I'm still hoping you're going to enjoy the video. Okay, first of all, what I'm trying to show you here is just for illustration purposes. That old Swiftech pump top, and I was telling already that it wasn't possible really to do anything with that top, because as you can see the outlet is pointing upwards and it's sitting, it's kind of hard to probably see here, but it's only about 2 centimeters away from the hard drive cage roof, and that means there was basically no way I was able to install any hosing there. But I got around that problem, obviously, as you know, by getting, ta-da, the Swiftech, not the Swiftech, sorry, what I'm talking about, the EK-D5X top. I have to say, very pleased with the new top. Feels really solid, good quality. Didn't have it at all installed, so very easy to install. And now the top gives me the option to have both inlet and outlet in the front part of the top. You still got the ability to use the outlet on the top part, but that's obviously been sealed off, so I'm just going to use them that way. So if I'm going to put that back here, here we go, hopefully, well, I just need to zoom in a bit. So now if I pull that thing out, which is redundant now, but I need to still keep it just in a case, and put that one in there, here we go, and as you can see it fits really nicely, and we'll have an easy way of running tubes off it, because it's both inlet and outlet is in the front. So there you have it. While we are in this position here looking at that pump and the cage, I obviously will have to secure the pump to the bottom part of the case, the floor of the case, and to do that I will have to drill two little holes in the bottom of case, and I have to say, looks of it, that will be the only modification I will have to do to this case, which is drilling two little holes in the floor of the case, which is really awesome, because I didn't want to get my Dremel out and whatnot, the drill, and start taking this case apart and taking chunks out of it, because it's a brand new case, so I didn't really want to hack it to bits. So yes, that's a really good start, and yeah, hopefully that will be it. And as I already showed in forums, because where the pump goes, I took off the whole front panel, and you get this little hatch there which you can take off, and if I take off that one, ta-da, there's the back part of the pump, and that means if I ever will need to get access to pump and make any adjustments to onboard speed control, then it's there and easy to access, which is again a plus. So I think this particular place for the pump in this case is an ideal location. Okay, moving on, done a bit of work today, as you've probably seen already from pictures earlier on. I managed to put on both water blocks on my cards and also put them back in and install the SLI connection. Both blocks and SLI connection is from Aqua Computer, as you can see. I like how they call this thingy there, the SLI connection, Twin Connect. Sounds kind of nice. I have to say, really pleased with the blocks and SLI connector. All parts felt really nice and really good quality. So yeah, I would definitely recommend these. It's not like I've been doing installs like this on monthly basis or whatnot and have a major experience under my belt, but these definitely feel solid and good quality for what they are and for the money. So yeah, I would definitely recommend. Really easy to install everything, which is obviously a plus. And yeah, looks really nice. The only thing I had a lot of bother with, when to take off the original connectors for the cards, Basically, I'm trying to show it here. See these little holes here? So these are obviously intake and outtake holes for the card, and that's what you have at the back. And you have to use the two seals, two O-rings, and obviously O-rings are all, round, and once you need to kind of squash them in this particular form, which was quite a bit tricky actually, and took me a little bit time to master the way you kind of put them in, because they kept popping out, and before I even managed to get them on, they kept popping out. So but no, I did get there at the end, and it's nothing I would really complain much about. It just takes kind of a bit practice to get around and master the way you're putting them in. But yeah, looks really nice, and it's all ready to go. I haven't leak tested it obviously, but it does. I'm pretty confident that everything will be fine. So there you have it. Speaking of blocks as such, that's obviously my SwiftTech block on my CPU. I did find out last night that apparently there is a revision 2 top available for this particular block, CPU block, and this block as such apparently is quite flow restrictive, and the revision 2 helps to improve flow quite substantially. So I think I might need to get that revision 2 top. The only thing is, so far I haven't found any UK suppliers selling this new top or revision 2 top. I know that SwiftTech, they are doing or selling this revision 2 top directly from their website, but that means ordering it in from America, which will take some time and possibly can attract some customs charges, so which I obviously don't want to do. But I'll see how I get on, and if I really feel like I need a better top, then yeah, I might get that one there. So that's kind of, yeah, that's as far as we go with all the blocks, etc. Now these two radiators, the 120 and 240, I just installed for the illustration purposes, and I want to quickly just mention a few things about them. As I said, I was kind of struggling with my choice of radiators and whatnot, but I think I have settled now for AlphaCool UT60s. So I think I'm going to get 3 of them, one 360 which will go in the roof there, then I'm going to get 120 which will go there, and I'm going to get 140 which will go underneath there. So I did kind of made several measurements, etc., and it looks like it's gonna be really tight fit, but it looks like I will be able to install all these 3 radiators and possibly use all 3 radiators in push-pull configuration, which is what I really want to do to get the absolutely best performance out of my water cooling system. After some measurements, because the radiator is going to be much thicker, this is actually a 30mm thick radiator, the new radiator will be 60mm, so it's double. So that's by adding another, that's 25mm obviously, so that's I'm adding another, so plus another 5mm. So we're coming down quite a bit, and the same here, coming out quite a bit here. But it looks like everything's going to be possible. I will have to use the 360 hose fittings at that inside part there, which kind of points into the front of the case. Then this one here looks like it's going to be all fine. It kind of will come out, out there. And I was, worried that it might interfere with the connections there on the cards, but looks like everything's going to be fine. Then my kind of main concern here at the bottom is the radiator 140 will definitely fit, but I'm not sure, because obviously of all the cables there at the back for the power supply unit, I might not be able to use it in push-pull config, so I might need to settle with either push or pull configuration. Which I'm still happy with, but obviously I'll try to see if I can get push-pull squeezed in there. Only thing is about bottom part here I would like to mention is it's obviously 140 and there are no additional fixings, it's only 140 Corsair gives you the option of, where in the back, while there is a 140 fan fitted out of the box, you actually get 2 holes there, so that means if you don't want a 140 you can fit 120, which I've done here for the illustration purposes. If there would have been possibility to fit 120 at the bottom, it definitely would have helped a bit, but I'll have to go with what's there, and it's 140. I've seen people somewhere on other forums and whatnot drilling basically additional holes and fitting 120, but as I said, I don't want to go into much kind of modding, the modification, sorry, of the case, so I don't want to really do much modifications and just start cutting the case to bits and whatnot, so I'm trying to avoid as much as possible and keep it all original. Okay, so that's it. So I'm going to be running 2 single rads and then 1 triple rad, so hopefully that will be enough to cool the CPU and 2 cards. Now, speaking of water cooling setup, sorry, I did come up with this little drawing here today. Just was playing about. So, yeah, it's quite artistic, I would say. But I was trying to work out the loop I'm going to be running, and at the moment I'm probably looking to run basically going from outlet in the fan straight into this 140 rad. Then come out and go up to that 120 rad in, then out from the rad into the CPU, out from the CPU, and then up to 360 in the roof, then out from the 360 down to cards, through the cards, and then from cards to reservoir, and then from reservoir back down to the pump. So that's the loop I'm trying to kind of do at the moment and see if it's going to work. I might need to swap things about and you know, maybe run it different, but that's what I'm trying to kind of go for at the moment. But either way, it doesn't matter what I'm going to end up. What I'm trying to do is get these 2 120 and 140 single rads to cool my CPU, and then, you know, pass it on to 360, and then 360 basically would cool my both graphics cards. So I hope that's going to be enough to cope with all the heat the system will produce, but well, we'll see, and we'll take it from there. Sorry, also speaking of the reservoir, as I mentioned already, I'm probably looking to get a single bay reservoir and fit it there. Or another option is, you can see there's 2 little holes there at the back. See, there's one there and one there. So that probably would be ideal if I could find something that would fit there. And I seen, obviously, there, as you know yourselves probably, there are these kind of like a tube shape, sort of thick vertical reservoir, so I could possibly, you know, just get something fitting in there in that gap, but we'll see about that, and obviously that's kind of still in the planning process. But that's it, that's how far I am, so it's all kind of working out so far. So the next step is I'm going to be ordering some more radiators, so I'm planning to get that 360, 120 and 140 radiators ordered tonight, so that means I probably will get them Tuesday. And Wednesday, next Wednesday, is my day off, so I'll probably be doing a really big push there, and I wouldn't be surprised if I'm gonna be not far from completing the build on Wednesday night. Obviously I need to order still some new tubing, which I'm thinking I'm gonna go for Primo Chill White, and also some new, you know, fittings for the water cooling loop. I need some, I think, 45 degree and even possibly 90 degree fittings that I'm thinking to go for the compression fittings. So, but that's kind of it. I think I kind of covered everything so far, what has happened and where I'm going and what I'm doing. So yeah, sorry guys, it's 15-minute video, but hey, you know, I hope it was worth watching. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned. Thank you.